Okay, so it's me again, and I decided I wanted to take this subject up mostly because I've been seeing some really good posts on Facebook. I've been reading them in different groups and stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's good because most of those come from the heart and it's something about something they've used or whatnot. And I'm really looking at it from the prospect perspective. How do people who don't exactly know you, but they're friends or they're in your group or whatnot, how do they feel and how do they see it? So going from it from one side is that the only way I can get more information about it is to reach out to you personally if you don't have a link. So if you don't have a link attached that leads back to that information on your website or back to your website at all, you could actually be doing yourself a disservice because a person like myself, I would go look up Young Living. I would just leave there entirely, go look up Young Living and be gone totally. But if you make sure a link to your website is always included when you put a nice little personal post, then you have you have 90% chance that they'll come back to you. So I'm going to demonstrate some of that. I'm specifically talking Facebook. Instagram doesn't work the way the other socials do. There's no way we can link from a website, in other words. And they don't even like you to put different links in the messages, at least not the last time I was in there. So I'm not sure what else you use for social media. Most people, I think, are using Facebook for the groups and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and repeating when you share a post on Facebook and you don't give a link back to information on your website or back to the page of something you're talking about, or even just back to the why I chose Young Living, anything, you take a really big chance of losing that person because they'll go out and try to find this information instead of feeling like if they reach out to you personally, they're going to try to be sold, right? So I probably won't reach out to you and say, hey, tell me more about that frankincense that you say is so powerful, because I just kind of want to look. I don't want to feel like I'm opening the door or the window to being sold. And a lot of people feel like that. So some of those posts, I just wanted to cry when I saw them. I'm like, oh God, that post is so good. It's so spoken from the heart. Those are the kind of posts that gets people busy. No link at all. And I know what the thought was. The thought that she had, and she's not on our call, was that it's in her own group. That same thing is going to happen there. They don't want to be sold. They want to just look on their own. And if it, even if you just include a link and they go back to your website, they may share it with somebody else, the link, instead of needing it for themselves. Okay, so I'm going to show you, looking at my back office right now. And from my back office, I can get to my website. For me, that's usually really the easiest way. Just click this button in the top right-hand corner and it opens up your website. And this is the one I use for training. So it has a lot of stuff on it that, like, I changed my background and whatnot. You can do that too. So let's see. What I want to show you first is Facebook. So I'm going to show you, I'm kind of handling this all by myself because Heather is out. She'll be in later. So apologies if I get distracted as I'm watching the waiting room. I should get rid of the waiting room. Okay, I'm hovering over About Oils, and I'm going to go to my favorite one because I'm just going to show you sharing a page. Why choose Young Living? I love this page. I think it's powerful and I want to share it. So whatever page in your website or product you're on, you're always going to see this share button at the top. right here in the little top of the page. You click on it. It's going to take you down to the bottom of the page, also where the comments and questions boxes are. But right here are share buttons. Let me just show you what each of those mean. I'm popping into our help center right now. So I'm clicking on the help button that's in the right-hand corner of my back office and going to click on the support center. Once I'm there, I'm going to go down to the second section, which is tutorials. Right here, under maximizing website results, it's sharing any page on your website. I will be changing that video because it's outdated. But this part is not outdated at all. This tells you what each of those buttons are and how to use them. So there's the buttons definitions. This copies a link. This is Facebook, everything. So it's your wall, it's your business, it's your groups, it's someone else's wall. It's, you can post that button all over the place, even Messenger. Twitter, there's the Twitter one. It opens up your Twitter account and you can share right directly from your website. And Pinterest, there's a Pinterest button. I don't do Pinterest, so I haven't messed with that one very much. So I wanted you to see that. And now here it is on your website. It's just at the bottom of the page. So I'm going to share that page on Facebook. So here we go. It opens up my Facebook account or whatever account I'm logged into. I need to share that screen with you as well. So this gets tricky. Stop sharing. Now share. Okay, so what it did when I clicked that button is it opened up this standard box that will connect to whatever Facebook account you're logged into. And here you can go ahead and say something, you know, like whatever you want to say. You know, I'm just make it good, make it real, make it you. The point is I'm showing you how pretty this is going to post. And here is a button right here that you want to choose where you want that to post. You can share on a friend's timeline. A lot of us don't like that. So you can share in a group you're in, a group you manage, in a group that you're allowed to post in. Sharing an event, that one's a little different for me. You can share to your news feed or your story. And you can share to a business page too. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing that. And you can share it in a private message as well. So I'm going to just share this on my newsfeed. Right down here, it says for friends, or you can go public, whatever you want that to be, as you may understand that, you know, it's either, I'm having a little trouble seeing this button here. There it is. So I'm ready now. Share to newsfeed or story. I don't want it on my story. You might. And then now I say post to Facebook. Now that's going to go away. And I have to share my screen again. That's why my other video was a little better. So I'm back now and it's gone. It's saved. I want us to take a look at it. So we'll go into Facebook. Refresh my page. This is just my own, say my own personal walls where I shared it. So then it'll go into your friends' newsfeed. And here's how it shares. It shares the image that's connected to that page, and it shows all your what you wrote. That's one way of sharing. I'm sorry. You can share products the same way. You can share the March guide the same way. Every page has the share buttons on it, and you can share. Now, I'm not going to show you that box that pops open again because you saw it just a minute ago, and for the recording, you can go back to it. I'm just going to do it real quick. I'm going to share the March 2022 and let you see that. Refresh my page. All I did was go to that page, click the
Wait,
button.
Michelle,
Yes.
Michelle, we can we can share the newsletter like on our Facebook?
Well, I
Like
didn't say that.
Oh, okay, because I just saw a newsletter next to the other thing and I was like, wait, we can share all of that? Okay.
You can
Sorry.
absolutely share your newsletter just like this.
Oh, you can?
Absolutely, but I have to show you how, and I can't show you with my account because my
Okay.
account doesn't really send newsletters. So I need,
Got it.
maybe Shirley will let me log in. She usually says, just go ahead. So I'll show that, okay? This is, I just shared the March 2022 guide, right straight from my website. I didn't even write anything on it, okay? Another thing you can do, if you like, so but you know, this assumes too, oh no, there's two people waiting. How do I see them? Oh, I see, sorry guys. There we go. There we go. Sorry for the wait in the waiting room. My handy dandy partner is not here at the moment. Put that over there. Okay, so what was I saying? To know your website is probably a good thing because then you kind of know where the information is that you're talking about. A lot of times it's a product, and products have on your website. I just hovered over featured products, and it goes over all the featured products. The only one that isn't here, I think, is well, okay, there's a couple that aren't there, but we have the CBD, the Einkorn, the Kid Sense, the Nixia Red, Animal Sense. Those are the product lines, right? And if something you're talking about is out of one of those lines of products, you might choose one of these pages to share. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Or maybe you're talking about a product from the product catalog. Maybe you're talking about frankincense. Oh, what happened there? Okay, I had to pick one that I always have to think about spelling. Here we go. Maybe I got it right. Okay, so maybe you're talking about frankincense. Just get the page pulled up and do your post. So here I am in my Facebook. I used frankincense yesterday because I had this thing happen, right? Just a story. Just a story about your day or how you've used something is very powerful in Facebook. If it's real and it's from your heart and it's not an advertisement, most of us are going to connect with it. And once we connect with it, we would like generally to know more, right? So here's, definitely write more than this. I'm just giving a quick example. Here's now where you put the link in. Go back to your page that has the product. You can copy the address bar if you know how to copy paste, or you can, I don't generally do the share button with this one, but I'll try it this time. So I just clicked it and it copied it for me, okay? Copied it to my mouse. So I'm coming back to my post. I'm going to right click and paste. And it's going to populate the picture of frankincense here. It's going to have my website name, frankincense. But now this is a little trick for you. You can now get rid of the link address and it'll still keep where it's going. So you just keep on writing your information or whatever you're writing. And at the end of it, there's not really a link, but it is a link. So let me post this, show you how that works. And remember, everything I'm posting on my wall, you can post in a group, someone else's group, I believe business pages, but I didn't see it this time. So here it is, writing all about frankincense. And now here's the image, but the whole thing is a link back to your website. Product ones are better, I think, when you can use one of the information pages. So there you go. All right, so I also, let me see here. The share button is up on the top of every one of them. Another thing that I forgot to say, you might tell them I'm including a link to my website for you. Leave a comment or ask a question on the end of that page, at the bottom of that page, and I'll see it. Now, that would be something on the order of, I'm just going to edit that, pretend I'm still writing. Here is a link to this product, or to the product I used. I'm not real fast with my fingers. If you go there, feel free to leave a comment for me or ask a question at the bottom of the page. Powerful. You're actually asking them to interact. And a lot of people do get a lot of interaction with this section of their website, the question. So now save it, giving you ideas on how to help connect. Really the most important part when you're posting to social media is make it a story. Make it something real from yourself. Don't just go, okay, I think I'm going to talk about this and I want everyone to buy it today. It doesn't work well that way. But when you do put it in there and you don't put a way to contact you via, you also prevent somebody who doesn't really want to reach out to you directly for fear of being sold something. Okay, so Shirley, I'm going to go into your account. I have to log out of this account and go to the other one, and because I want to show you guys, it's really nice to be able to share your newsletter and your social media. So I'm not sharing my screen right now because I need to log out of my training account and go into an admin account. And I'll get right there. Sharing your newsletter really helps capture those people who don't check their email very often. I mean, the other snazzy thing we do is send them a text the next day. If you noticed, I think I changed up the text this month a little bit. Okay, let's see. I'm in the back office. Oh. Talking and doing something at the same time isn't my best. All right, here, I got to find Shirley's account now. And here it is. Logging in. Now I'm going to share the screen. Give me 1 second. Still winding up. Okay, there we go. Share it. Here we go. Okay. March newsletter went out. While they're in the scheduled status, this doesn't work. It has to be completed. It can't be in draft. It can't be scheduled. It has to be completed. But once that is completed, means it's sent, then you can do this little trick. Hover over the line that you want to share. This is the March newsletter. Come over to those 3 dots, which are the magical dots. If you see 3 dots anywhere, always see what's in them by clicking. This has fantastic stuff in it. Once it's completed, you can view the report and see who's opened your email. You can see who's clicked around to look in your website. You can do all that there. You can share a web version link. This is what I'm going for right now. I'm going to grab this web version link by just clicking on the words, and now I'm going to copy it here. You could do right straight from here. just like I showed you earlier in the Facebook box. Now, the reason I don't want to click it is because it opens a new window that I then have to go do so to make you be able to see it. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to copy the link. And then I'm going to go back to my Facebook page to get this window a little lower. It's in my way. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Facebook page and I'm just going to paste it. Right click. Whoops. I wonder if it picked up. Okay, what I did was I did my control paste. I don't know if it doesn't show an image. It's my March newsletter. Let me leave the link in there. Just click the link to see it on the web. Okay, so there's that. I might add a photo, instead of whatever it's pulling. Like I don't know. I know what I would do. I would grab one from something I created, or maybe even one that's always there. This one is probably not going to be the best one, but we'll just throw that in there just so you see. You can put any kind of image. The link is what they'll click. Post. So now I want you to see how it posted. It posted the image that I decided to use. It says, here's my newsletter. Just click the link to see it. So here's what happens when they click the link. Pray. There we go. It's a bam. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think we're supposed to have that odd little comma in there. Sorry about that, Shirley. But now the newsletter is on your website on a dedicated link. I see these sides are white, so it goes right down the center of the page. It is a online view of an email though. So it looks like this, right? It does have your name if you put it in there. So there's the answer to how you do that. Yeah. The other way you can do it, let's see. Share web version. All right, I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go back to my Facebook, show you what happens if you leave it the way it's shared. Oops. I go back from Windows and Mac and it just messes with me when it's copy share. Here is my March newsletter in web view. Whatever you want to say, look at page 3 or scroll down. And if I were to just leave it like that and post it, well, that looks sort of strange, doesn't it? I think I could probably fix that with my handy dandy know-how, because I know what it's picking up right there. I see that. So if it's picking up that image, I can probably fix it. So anyway, this whole thing, of course, is the link now. Every bit of this, instead of it in writing inside your back office. Sharing an image with it right now is probably the best idea. Let's see if I can do it while we sit here. If you have a question, ask now, because I'm happy to answer.
Hi, Michelle. It's Bonnie.
Connie, hi.
I tried sharing on Twitter today and it didn't work very well. I didn't get a picture.
Oh, Bonnie, sorry. I recognize your voice now.
Oh, the other Bonnie.
Bonnie, right. Okay, That's just what I'm looking at right now. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out where I go to get it again because I can't chew gum and right. Okay. Let me see if I can fix that right here. This is something that you don't even need to know about. I'm just looking to see if I can get Facebook to pull it. And what I'll do, which is based on this, based on just doing this, I'm going to ask Matt to have it select the feature image for it. It looks like I'm not getting Facebook to pull that. So, but that line right there, I recognize in this as this right here. See that? So it's picking up something. It almost makes me think if I change that picture, would it show? Because this is an image. Interestingly enough, you guys, this is probably something I can fix, so probably don't even have to worry about it later. I will have Heather be sure to put the first thing in there be a real image that will show, right? Do you see what I mean? Because this is the first image in this and it's what's showing. So I'll talk to her and make sure that an image that will show on your social media is the first.
Mhm.
Yes. So we don't have to go too far to fix that line problem.
The same thing might be happening in Twitter.
Twitter was pulling this too, I bet you. It was pulling that
I
image.
wasn't getting a picture. I had to manually add a picture.
It's so hard to keep up with those changes. It's really difficult. I pretty much can keep up with Facebook, but not Twitter. And manually adding an image sometimes is the case.
Mhm.
And you can also find some of those images in your back office too. Let's see. Let me go to Shirley's. Whoops, there we go. Okay, so Shirley's back office, going down here to content gallery. You find all the stuff we share with you across here. If you need an image, go to images. You'll always find the ones that we did for this month here. Like the one I just used a minute ago is this one. You have all of these. I could put the newsletter, put like an image in there every month for March, for February newsletter or something like that. I could add that. I think we did some group banners. But so anyway, images are in here. We have a lot of images. You might find something you like to just catch attention. You can also request, look at, there's that gray line that's showing you guys. That literally is what was sharing. And I could fix that by making that first image be a better image. So you just scroll through there, look for stuff you like or don't like and don't use it. Ask us. If we get time, we'll put it in there. All right. I'm now going to ask questions. And what I'm going to do is stop the recording so that this isn't very long. And if you have questions or you need help after watching the recording, just go into your back office and click the help button in the top right.